Hello everyone, welcome back. We're getting right into this. This is Kathy with Galaxy Crafts, and I hope you enjoy this coming up video since Easter's definitely on its way. I'm going to do some Easter things here, and you'll see I'm going to use the chrome powders from Let's Resin, the Chameleon powders from Let's Resin, and just getting everything set up here. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hope everyone's going to have a good Easter. And so my plan is I'm going to paint these on. This is a sample I already did, just a little gnome keychain. It's really cute. I'll show you that when I pour it. I did it ahead of time. So here I'm doing a set of the eggs. They have a hole in them to be able to hang them with. These are the chrome powders. And I sped this way up because there was like 2.5 hours of me just brushing pigments onto molds. So you're welcome. Anyways, so with this one I started with the raised area, thinking that would be the easiest. And yeah, that one I believe is the blue chrome powder. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be on all these names because they did not get recorded very well, and I can't remember what I did where. So, I will, like I said, I've sped this up a whole bunch. Some areas are slower than others just to show more detail. But I will put in some music where I'm not talking and just let you watch the process and jump in whenever I have something to say. And of course here I'm cleaning it up, and you'll see I started wiping that off, which is when I realized it'd be better to do the lower portions first. So I'm switching gears. Going to use the Chameleon powders on the indented shiny parts. So you'll see that from this point forward. And this one I believe is the violet Chameleon powder. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll carry on. So you'll have seen through this that I've used various sizes of brushes. I used a micro brush to get into those little tiny spots, smaller brush to get into the not so tiny spots, and then of course bigger brushes for bigger areas. Again, I'm sticking to the Chameleon powders going onto the lower parts of the molds, and then I will switch over to the chrome powders when I get to the raised sections. So cleaning these off, I'm using packing tape. I'm actually using a actual Duck brand packing tape. I've tried the cheap stuff that you can get at the dollar store, and it doesn't pick up as well. You essentially use 2, 3, 4 times as much to do the same thing that the better brand, better quality packing tape does. So that's my recommendation, is to use the higher quality packing tape. You can see how well it took off the green on that one down in the bottom left corner there on the vines that are on there. And of course, masking tape works as well, or painter's tape, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't work as good because it's not as sticky. And I think that's the key, is using something that's got a lot of stick to it when it comes to cleaning this stuff off using tape. So in this one, I've switched over. I've got all the lower parts done, so now I'm doing the upper parts, the raised parts. So I'm doing those with the chrome powders, and just multicolors, getting them all covered in there. And so you enjoy that. I really, really like the audio better than it sounds when I play this, because it is very distorted. And if it stays that way, I do apologize. I really hope the upload is a lot smoother for that. So hopefully you're enjoying this, and I will let you continue to watch for now. So as the caption said, I lied. I didn't realize I was almost done with this part, so I just kind of tapped the extra out, and now I'm on to my little peep bunnies that molds that I have. I think these are probably actually like the Freshies molds. Don't even remember where I got them. I probably had them for at least a year, if not longer, and just haven't done a video on them, I don't think. So I'm trying to cover the eyes first and the mouth. Tried my chrome marker, and then I tried the silver Sharpie and decided I think I just like the chrome better. It's shiny, it's prettier, and it's a much finer tip marker. In retrospect, of course, they say hindsight is a wonderful thing. I shouldn't have wasted my time. I should have just waited until I was done with the project to fill it in, because I don't think it came out very well, if I remember correctly. So, but yeah, so I'm just sitting here trying to outline the eyes on there. And this is, I believe, sped up a little bit, but not much for you, so you can see what I'm actually tell what I'm doing, because I know when it's sped up, it's just jumps all over the place. But I do have it set to where I do the inside on these ones. I'll just go over this really quick for you. The inside I do on the flat part, I believe I do the Chameleon powder, and then on the outer edges I brush on the chrome powder, and it gives a look that I got the idea off of one of the little stuffed Peeps bunnies that I see. I've seen at Walmart. In fact, I got one for my daughter because she loves those things for some reason, even though she's still, she's a teenager, but teenagers like things too. So I tried to match the powders up so they kind of looked similar. And you'll see that in here. On this one, I tried doing the chrome powder on the edges first. And you'll see I tried various different attempts and techniques on trying to see which one would work better on this. So I'll just let you watch that for now. This time I promise I will. And we'll go from there. Okay, so we're back and switching gears now. We finally got all that done, or I did. I mixed up some Let's Resin and put some black pigment paste in there, and just filling these up because, of course, as most of us know, that with the Chameleon powders especially, most of them need black or a dark background in order to make those colors stand out. Just using the lighter to try to pop some bubbles in here, and we'll get these filled up. And you know, that's this little purple, it's just a really thin cutting board. I found it's good to put under to transfer my pieces, because to my left, you'll notice I moved things off. I have a leveling table over there set up and just don't have room for it on my desk where I do the work. So it's set up over there to my left. And so I just move the pieces over as I get them filled up. And then if I need to, I can top them up when they get moved. Sometimes I top them up here, and that's kind of a mistake because I kind of tend to make a mess sometimes. But as you will maybe see, I can't remember if I cut it out, but once I get these filled, I get them on my leveling table. It's got a heat mat on it, so I may or may not use that on this one. It just depends on what I feel up to doing, because I've been doing these later at night, so most likely I will just let them cure on their own. So, and yes, you did see me use a torch. I have it down on the lowest flame. And it's not, the best idea to use those. Given that those were cheap molds, I took the risk. So with the rest of this black, you'll notice I put in, it's called a Starry Sky. I don't know if it's an alcohol ink, but it is a liquid pigment of some sort. I actually got those on Temu. I wanted to see what the effects it would give mixed in with the black, and with the liquid form it was really pretty. But I'm not sure. Here we'll see how it comes out cured, because they're all cured up and ready to go. So we'll open that one first. And it does look really pretty. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to tell on camera or not. It's it definitely has that gold mixed in with it, so I really like that. It reminds me of a glitter that I really love that I can no longer get. Fortunately, I have a bunch of it, but and this one is the one that I had done with the Chameleon and the chrome powders. And of course, as you know, you may or may not know if you've been doing resin a while, pinks, reds tend to stain your molds. And in this case, so does purples, apparently. And because they have the reds in them. A lot of those are air pockets and bubbles. I had some issues. I wasn't able to come back and, pop bubbles later on. I had some situation happen while those were curing, so there are some bubble holes and such on the back that I'm just not that worried about because it's on the back. So I took those out, and we'll see how that works. And if that you can't color shift, it makes green. It must to be like I thought it was a plum color. I don't know, but it didn't look like it should be green. But again, that's probably just the angling and whatnot. I can't check because these pieces, as I got them done, my family came over, and my niece and her children, and I gave them away to my, great niece and nephew? Mostly it was my niece that took it. Grandniece, great niece, my niece's daughter. Never do know which one that is, but she took that previous one with the vines on it and the bunnies. So I no longer have those. So the pictures I have aren't the greatest, but I can't do any new ones. So these ones turned out okay. I'm not so sure I like the chrome on the matte mold, but it is what it is. I just wanted to try it out and see what happened. That's one of the reasons why I did the Chameleon powders on the shiny portions, because I knew that they would come out a lot better on that than they would on the matte. But I still liked them. They were pretty good. I liked the way they turned out for the most part. I know they're not necessarily Easter colors. Usually those are more pastels, but I figured it was a good twist and a good way to try out my new powders, because I just got the chrome powders not long ago. So here's the bunnies that I did. The chrome powder turned out pretty good on these, I think. Nice and shiny. The Chameleon powders, I don't know if you can see the color shift in them as well, but I was really happy with the way these turned out. If I remember and I have time, I will try to get a picture of the ones I bought at Walmart for my daughter, hopefully without her seeing them. And put them in here just as a comparison so you can see kind of what I was talking about. But I was really pleased with the way these turned out. Unfortunately, I can't do a side-by-side photo of them simply because I took the pictures after I got everything done, and my niece was in town, and she stopped by with her children, is it grand or great nieces and nephews? I don't know which way that works. Basically, my niece's kids and her daughter. I gave them to her daughter. She really liked the bunnies, and then she took one of the eggs as well. So I don't have those anymore, so I can't do any more pictures. The pictures I do have at the end, they're not the greatest. I did go through, and it's been a long time since I've posted and done a video, and in that time I've decided I needed to rearrange my space so that fresh energy to back on track and do some things that, keep me sane. So, some say that crafting is therapeutic, and I believe it is. So, here is the next phase where I'm going to bling these up a little bit. I don't usually do this. I usually just, sometimes I'll fill it in with marker or whatnot, but I decided I wanted to go a step further with my pieces. So I got some flat back rhinestones. I believe I probably got them all on Temu. And so I'm just going to fill them in. I'll use they're black with the AB finish for the eyes on these guys. You'll see what I'm doing on here as it goes. And I do speed this up, I think. I'm not 100% sure if I did or not. But either way, I ended up giving them to my great niece, and I hope she loves them. So I'm using Clear Gorilla Glue brand because I didn't have any E6000 left, and I didn't have any kind of other adhesive that I thought would work. I didn't really like it because I think it was just a little dried out, most likely, because that tube's been open for a while, but it still worked really well. I I just think it would have been easier if it was more liquidy type. So I ended up getting a bottle of Gemtac for future uses to try that out. So so I just put some on my paper. I used a toothpick and put a little glob on there and then put the gems on, and pretty self-explanatory. It's not that hard to do. So just adds a little bit of time. Oh yes, these are some extras that I had. I didn't show unmolding those. I just happened to grab them at the time. With some extra resin in the Starry Sky pigments I did. So these are, I have a set of butterflies and roses. I used those as well with doing these, and I actually really liked the way these turned out. I don't think I have them videoed. I videoed them, but I don't think I put them in this video, simply because this video was long enough as it was. I had to cut down 3 hours into less than 30 minutes for you guys, so you didn't get so bored that you shut me off and said never again. So, but yeah, so I'm just cleaning those up a little bit. I think this is a mold I got off Temu or Shein, I'm not sure which. But they're just little teeny tiny, I think they're meant for nail art. So like you can make little figures and then glue them to your nails. You can't really see them that well. Even if I slowed it down, it just doesn't show that well. But in person, those pigments that I got are actually really pretty. They turn out really well. They just don't show up very good on camera. So, but here I'm giving them little butterflies in their ear, and then the big one I did a rose. So I'm not sure why I didn't just go ahead and do butterfly in the big one as well. Simply because I wanted to bling it up, but at the same time I was trying to do a Papa and Mama and Baby Bunny, but you can't really bling up Papa Bunnies, and I didn't have any boy type things to put on him. So the big one got a rose, the rest of them got butterflies on their ears. So these actually, I was surprised these pieces turned out as good as they did. There are holes in some of them, but for the most part, you can't tell on camera, but they actually turned out pretty good. Considering the resin was getting pretty thick by the time I poured those. So, in fact, I don't know that I actually poured them. I think I shoved them. So, I'm going to use just the rhinestones and give them a little bit of extra something. So, I'll let you watch that. And I hope you're liking this video. If you do, I would greatly appreciate you liking and subscribing, maybe sharing it if there's somebody you think might be interested in it. And I know I should have said that sooner probably, but you know, if you're stuck around this long, then I have a better chance of you subscribing. So I greatly appreciate all my current subscribers. I know I don't have very many. I know I haven't been putting out very many, and certainly not consistent videos. I'm hoping to change that. Some of you guys, I don't know how they do it, like Michelle from Glitz and Glitter. I don't know how she puts a video out every day and has a full-time job. I just don't see how she does it. I have a hard enough time coping with my part-time job and taking care of my elderly mother, so it's more power to you if you can do that. I just don't have that mental capacity, I guess, to be able to do that. But I'm going to work on it. I'm going to try to do better for you guys, because I really like it. I really do enjoy doing this. So hopefully it can be a more often thing for me. So, especially now that I reorganized my craft area and kind of rearranged things a little bit better. I'm trying to find an arrangement that makes things flow good so it makes it easier and doesn't take up half of my living room. So anyway, this just about wraps it up. I will put in the couple of pictures that I've got. Like I said, they're not good. I don't have a good spot to do pictures right now, so unfortunately it's just kind of on my desktop. But thanks again for watching, and I hope you all have a great day and a happy Easter.